Hello, Marvel fans, or I should say Spider-Man fans. Monty G here, and I'm pretty sure you're wondering, Monty, what are you doing? This is a horror channel. What are you about to do a review for Spider-Man Brand New Day? Well, every now and again, I will review a superhero film, and I call them my thoughts on video. And here are my thoughts on Spider-Man Brand New Day. Now, before we begin, this is going to be a non spoiler review film. I'm not going to spoil anything about the film. I might do a spoiler live stream or do a spoiler video just like I'm doing right now. Depends upon if I get anybody else. We're trying to see if Marty might want to do a live stream spoiler review of Spider-Man. But I'll let you know throughout the week when it happens. But for right now, this is a non spoiler review of Spider-Man Brand New Day. So here we go, Spider Man fans, as the latest Marvel Sony Spider Man in the MCU has arrived, and I'm sure most people are excited to see what the filmmakers have in store for our favorite webhead. And I'm pretty sure, thanks to the box office, we now know that everyone, including myself, have enjoyed this film. Now, 4 years have passed since Peter Parker had Dr. Stephen Strange cast a spell to make the whole world forget that Peter Parker was Spider Man due to the events that took place in No Way Home. Now, while Parker has been protecting New York City anonymously as Spider Man has become somewhat of a celebrity, he encounters a tank that rampages throughout the city where it crashes into the building of the Department of Damage Control or the DODC. To his surprise, he sees an elderly woman that was driving the tank, who we learn later on was possessed telepathically as the person was looking for Matt Garvin, an enhanced criminal known as the Scorpion. Now, of course, I'm not spoiling anything. We saw all this in the trailer. Now, while Peter is busy tracking down this particular person, his powers are mutating, causing him to have headaches, develop organic webbing, and causing more issues for the wall crawler. It's kind of what this film is about. We have Peter trying to discover who this person is that's possessing people and dealing with his ongoing mutating powers. Now, despite the disappointment the MCU has gone through, I'm not no stupid. It has been terrible for the MCU. Many fans, including myself, obviously Spider-Man fans, were looking forward to the fourth film in the MCU Spider-Man and the ninth overall Spider-Man. Now, as far as the MCU Spider-Man, all three of those films have been very successful, both critically and at the box office, having grossed over 3.93 billion worldwide. And knowing the box office for this film, that record's going to be even higher once his run is done. Obviously, we have enjoyed what Tom Holland has done with his portrayal as both Peter Parker and Spider Man, and he does the same thing here in this particular film. Now, the one thing I truly did love about this film is you can see and feel his emotions during his encounters with NJ and Ned. As you can see, he misses the camaraderie that he had with the three of them. That's one of the great things I love about this film. You can also see his fear on his face when he's going through the effects of the mutation on his body, especially when he's trying to use his organic webbing. Kind of bring back memories of Tobey Maguire's first attempt at his organic webbing, which I thought was quite funny. We also get plenty of emotional scenes between Peter and MJ, as both Tom Holland and Zendaya are at their best as they have great chemistry together. I thought they one of the best scenes in the film. I believe this is Zendaya's best performance in this film series. This comes into play in one scene, particularly in the middle of the second act of the film, when a secret Peter has been keeping is revealed to MJ, and you can feel the tension in that particular scene. You can see kind of a gut punch that Peter sees after talking with NJ during that particular scene. You kind of feel sorry for him. It's just a great performance and the great chemistry that Ben Holland and Zendaya have with each other. There's another great scene that happens right during the middle of the second act between Peter and Zendaya, and I thought it was very great. Obviously, we all know that they're a couple, so they obviously have great chemistry together, and that's the reason why those scenes between the two of them work so well. The emotional beats play into Peter's interaction with Sadie Sink's character, especially during the third act of the film. Now, since this is a non-spoiler review, I won't reveal who that character is. Her motivations, while predictable, are reasonable, and her accounts with Peter are dramatic enough to make that scene more believable. When you actually in the position that Sadie Sink's character is in, and then you have a person that's going through something similar, you can relate because it feels as though you're the only one suffering and no one can understand what you're going through. And then when Peter shows that to Sadie Sink's character, you can see her relief coming, and they both play that scene very well. However, one of the flaws I do have with this film is there's not enough development in Sink's character other than the cliche moments that we've seen before in other films, which I'll talk about later. However, due to Sadie's performance, she makes the audience believe that she is a threat that's capable of pulling off of her objective on whatever it is in that vault of the DLDC. Even though she does, have other people help her, but that's type of a threat that she is. Now, American film director Destin Daniel Cretton does a wonderful job with the action scenes, just like he did with Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings. The fight scenes were great there, and they're very good here. The scenes were edited very nicely, keeping the fight scenes flowing gracefully without any of those quick edit cuts. Especially with Spider-Man's fight scenes with the hand ninjas, it's some of the best fighting scenes that I really did enjoy. Now, the screenplay that Chris McKenna and Eric Somers has given us is pretty good at times, but lacking in certain moments in others. Again, it would have been nice to see a little bit more character development with Sadie Sink's character and the reveal of her motivations, which was cliche and predictable at best. I'm not saying we need to have a whole entire exposition, but it would have been nice to see a little bit more character development with Sadie Sink's character. But overall, I really did enjoy this film, just like everyone else did. I thought we had great performances from all the cast. I mean, I think the banter between Peter and Frank Castle were fantastic. John Brenthal does a fantastic job as Frank Castle. He and his back and forth between him and Tom Holland were one of the best scenes in this particular film, and I'm glad they didn't muffle him because this is a PG-13 film, so we won't see plenty f bombs that we know normally what we see in his own series or in the Daredevil Born Again series. But he still has that gritty, violent, tough guy nature, and it kind of he finally feels Peter as a big brother that he didn't have before. And of course, we have the excellent fight scene and the emotional depth from all the characters, and the surprise appearance of a certain character, which I will not reveal because this is a non-spoiler review. But if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. So again, like I said before, I'm no fool. We had some very disappointments when it comes with the MCU, especially in Phase 4. But this film does show that in the right hands, both Marvel and Sony can make a decent superhero film. So, like I said before, yeah, people can say superhero fatigue, but it's like this: when you have a good movie like this one is, you have a character such as popular Spider-Man or even Batman. People will go see the film, and just to box up and showing it, so it's not about superhero fatigue. It just like a couple of people that have other YouTube channels say, if you can get a good movie, it's directed well, it's written well, you have great acting that you have with this particular film, you can make a decent superhero film. And certainly can't wait to see what Marvel has in store for us when Doomsday comes out at the end of the year. So there we have it, Spider-Man and Marvel fans. That is my review of Spider-Man, brand new day. Hope you did enjoy it. Please give it a thumbs up, like, and share. It really helps out with that YouTube algorithm. What do you thought about Spider-Man Brand New Day? Did you enjoy it? Did you think this is the best Spider-Man or best performance for Tom Holland? I'll leave your comments in the comment section to tell you about the film. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day.